So let's start. Hi, welcome to the Global Product Update in September. I would like to start with a short look at our roadmap. With our roadmap, we want to make our work on the product very transparent so that everyone can get an insight into what is being worked on and what is next on our agenda. So we have some very important things on our roadmap that we have been working on for quite some time. Sometimes it happens that we want to invest more time in topics than we thought at the beginning, especially the topics roles and permissions and the completion of the store API are too important for us to take a quick shot. The first shot has to work, so we have postponed the completion until the end of this month. The completion of the individual sorting is also postponed to mid-September. With the topic of price rounding, it looks somewhat different because we realized during the development that we can't implement this without a breaking change. So this feature needs to be released with the next major version. Of course, we want to keep our promise that no major breaks will be included in minor or patch versions. When exactly the next major version will be released is not yet known exactly, but we will inform you here as soon as possible. Now I have another announcement for you. As you know, we want to release faster and more frequently to provide you with the new features and bug fixes. For this reason, we want to release a new Shopware version every first Monday of the month. We wanted this to be a regular event so that everyone can prepare for the next release date. Of course, we will inform all plugin vendors about 2 weeks before a minor version is released. So there's still enough time to mark plugins as compatible with the new version. This should generally not cause any bigger problems because we do not release major breaks and in minor or patch versions. At this point, I would like to refer once again to our roadmap. Here you can always see the current state of the development. Additionally, with the new release continuity, it is very easy to see when which feature will be released. New topics on the roadmap. As you might have noticed, a lot of things have changed here and many new topics have made it onto the roadmap. There are a lot of issues that we have identified that we want to solve in the short term to make working with Shopware even more enjoyable. We have collected your feedback to address the most requested features and fixes. We would like to take this opportunity to introduce the new topics on the roadmap in more details. With an order, it is often desired that not only the customer receives an order confirmation, but also the store operator or even further merchants. There's already a free plugin for this functionality in our community store, but we think that this function should be a core part. With this topic, we make it possible to send the order confirmation email to one or more other recipients. Additionally, the rule system can be used to send additional mails only in certain situations. For example, send the mail to a specific recipient if the order contains the following products or has a certain total value, for example. Some versions ago, we added a new price field to store the purchase price. Here you often requested that this is not sufficient because the price should be stored gross and net, especially when using other software like an ERP or an PIM system. And this can be done shortly. You will find the new fields in the price mask below. And at this point, we would like to thank our partner Pickware for contributing this feature. Another topic that was often brought up was skipping the status mails. Soon there will be a bigger or nice little toggle button for this that you can see on the screen to prevent this. We want to simplify the finding in the administration of Shopware. Therefore, we are working in cooperation with our Danish partner Wexo on new filter possibilities in the administration. So in the first iteration, we want to provide the product and the order module with the new filters. But since the solution will be very easy to adopt to other modules, all other important modules will follow shortly. In the screen on the right, you can see how the new filters might look. We will also improve the admin search for many modules like products, orders, customer, and media. Many more fields of the modules like, for example, text will be considered in the search. So it's much easier to find exactly what you're looking for. Besides many other bug fixes that are currently being implemented, we would like to introduce you to some of them which we have added to the roadmap for better transparency. First, we fixed some JS bugs that appeared in the storefront on the product detail page. In the worst case, this error could lead to subsequent errors in for example, plugins or other extensions. So we will fix this. And we have also improved the import process, which caused problems when importing properties. This now works even if you don't provide an identifier. In case you don't want to generate URLs for categories, this will also be possible soon by simply leaving the SEO category template empty in the settings. So if you don't want to have your URLs in the category, just leave it empty. If you want to link store pages in Shopware, for example, in the footer menu, you need structure category elements. Since it does not make sense that these structure elements are displayed in the storefront, they will be hidden everywhere in the future, for example, in the breadcrumbs. Sometimes it comes to a strange behavior when loading the image gallery on the product detail page. This is due to the order in which the JavaScript and the images are loaded. So we will change this so that there should be no more problems in this area in the future. But that was not all. At this point, I would like to hand over to my colleague Moritz, who would like to present some more cool improvements to you.
So you should see my presentation screen.
Yes.
And I will start with my part of the global product update of September. Let's start with the topics of the enterprise team. We're still working on some topics of the B2B suite. As I mentioned in the last global product update, we are still migrating the offer functionality of Shopware 5 to Shopware 6. And the release is planned for the end of September. The admin and storefront is nearly completed, but there are some kind of bug fixing and stability that needs to take place to make this feature complete. This release we are planning for the end of September will also include the compatibility with the 6.3 release branch. So it will automatically compatible with 6.31, 6.32, and so on. We are also planning a new Shopware 5 bug fix release shortly to provide some more bug fixes for Shopware 5 in terms of B2B suite. Let's talk about the enterprise search. We are planning a new version at the end of this week, or probably at the beginning of the next week. And this will include bug fixes and the 6.3 compatibility. And as I said, the release will follow shortly. As you might have seen, there are a new topic on the roadmap. It's named Publishing Workflows Internally. It might get another name when it's released, but it's about the first implementation of the versioning system in the administration. Some of you might know we have an extended versioning system in the core, in the database, but we aren't using it in the administration yet. So we want to implement a draft mode for shopping experiences where you can create new pages without adding them, without showing them directly on your live site. So you will be able to create new drafts, edit existing drafts without changing the live version. There will be some kind of preview of shopping worlds because it's important that you can see your drafts live without changing the site at all. And we will begin the development in October, so we will start shortly. So let's have a look at the platform topics I worked on with our developers. First of all, in the last global product update, I showed you the dynamic product groups of listings. And now the slider functionality is also finished. So I have a short video of the slider functionality. So let's start with creating a new dynamic product group where the price is, the product price is more than €5. So I change it to price is greater than 5, and save. And now I can use this dynamic product group in the shopping experiences when changing to the shopping experiences and creating a new layout. For example, a new slider layout, slider test in my case. I can add a product slider to the shopping experience. And now I can assign dynamic product groups to the slider. There's a manual assignment or dynamic product group assignment, and I can choose my dynamic product group and add it to the slider. And I can choose between some sortings where the products should be sorted inside the slider. Now I need to assign this layout to a category. In my case, I simply take the home page, change the layout to my new layout with the slider, and save. And now you can see in the storefront the slider, and it will be show the products from the dynamic product groups. Yeah, that's basically the implementation of the slider feature, and it will be part of the next release, 6.3.1. We are planning some checkout improvements. You might have seen that on the external roadmap. This will include some the removal of the payment and shipping pop-ups. So currently, when you are in the checkout, you need to open a pop-up where you can choose between several payment methods and shipping methods. So we will remove this pop-up and show those methods directly in the checkout without additional clicks. We will change the workflow after failed payments and redirect directly to the payment selection without showing the finish page to make it easier for the customer to change their payments. We will change the wording a little bit. Currently it's named edit order, but it's not clear for the customer that this page is desired to process a payment. So we will change it to process payment, so to make it clear that he can pay in the step. And we will let the shop owner decide which mails should be triggered, because currently, in some cases, you don't want to send out an order confirmation without payment, and you want to make a payment confirmation instead. So you can choose which mail would be sent out on which event. I've got a screenshot for the payment selection. So you can see, as you can see in the screenshot, we will remove the pop-up and simply use radio buttons where the user can choose between the payment methods and shipping methods. The next topic is restore cart. It's also on the roadmap, and it's about saving the cart for registered users. When the user logs in, the cart will be restored. If you have something in your basket already and log in, the cards will be merged on login, so you don't lose your existing card, and the card will also be shared between devices. So if you're logged in into two separate devices, you will see the same card and can work with it. We're still working on the Google integration. The development is nearly finished. We are in a review process with Google. The first meeting took place at the beginning of the week, I think. And there are some little adjustments that need to take place in the next weeks, but we are only waiting for some adjustments from the cloud team. And then as soon as they are done, we can deploy this feature on our cloud software and the user can start using it. There are some other improvements we are working on. The first one is the GDPR compliant two-click video element. So in some cases, when you place a YouTube element in your shopping experience. YouTube will set cookies because it's directly loaded on request of your page. Since the GDPR is about when our data transferred from the user's browser to the site you will show, we need to have some kind of two-click solution that first shows an image with some hints about if you start this video, it will provide your data to the video hosting company like YouTube, and you need to accept this thing to show the video in your shopping experience. It's optional. You can provide a preview image that is set in the background, and when the user accepts this message, the video will be loaded. Second one is the deletion of the customer in the storefront. So we will make it possible for the user to delete his account in his storefront account. So he can click on delete my account, and everything from the user except of orders, because orders needs to be stored by law for a certain kind of amount of time, will be deleted from the shop, and so he can close his own customer account in the storefront. That's my part of the presentation, and now I will hand over to Aaron.
Okay, welcome also by me to the GPU of September 2020. And I will give you a short update on what's happening in the services team and a little sneak peek into a new professional edition feature, and also an update from the cloud team. So what's happening in the services team right now? As I've shown you in the last GPU, we are in the last steps of the iZettle point of sale integration. We already tested it together with the hardware, and it really works like a charm. So I think you can really look forward to that integration. Also, we are working on the PayPal integration into our cloud product. And of course, we are working on the migration and improving the Magento migration. For example, we fixed a few bugs with the attribute sets and also the custom fields when migrating the Magento data. Also, we finished the Czech translations, so they will be released soon. And the services team right now is supporting the core team with the most voted bug fixes and improvements and features we got by you through the issue tracker. So there's a lot of progress to make Shopware 6 a round product. And now I will give you a little sneak peek into the rules and shopping experiences. You might have seen this already on the public roadmap. And what is it? It will be a professional edition feature in the future for the content management system. And it allows you to assign rules to blocks in the page builder. And this helps you to show or hide blocks in the storefront for a specific customer segment based on those rules you have defined. And I will show you some screen designs. For example, if you're building a layout, you will have in the sidebar this menu entry, and you can you choose a block, and then you can choose a rule, and the default is the always visible rule, which is a default rule. But you can also choose another rule you already defined, maybe for some shipping codes or for promotions or anything like this. Or of course, you can also build directly in the rule builder a new rule. For example, I would build a rule saying that the customer group is a merchant, and the tag of the customer is a premium partner. And what does it in the storefront? in the example, you would have a normal category listing, and for every shop visitor, it would look like this, just like a normal listing, but only the ones you have defined via your rule might see a block with a banner saying, for example, here, buy 2 spices, get 1 free. And you might use the same rule you will use for a promotion saying buy 2, get 1 free. So yeah, you can target very specific customers and customer groups based on the rules you define. So you can yeah, show different blocks or hide specific blocks for those customers. What's happening in the cloud team? I will also give you a little sneak peek. As mentioned in the last GPU, we are right now working on the app system and the store integration. And the app system is in the last steps. It's a finalization of the app system. And of course, if you as a developer build apps for cloud, or you as a merchant want to make use of those apps developed, you need a place where you can buy, or better, rent those apps. And this will be done with the app and theme store. And the store will be integrated into the product. And also, this store will later be integrated into our on-premise product. It will be pretty much the same. And as you might have heard before, maybe at the community day or a GPU before, every app or theme developed for our SaaS product will also be available for our on-premise product. And yeah, this store will also be brought together in one place with the plugin manager. And I will give you a little screen design of how we're going to implement it. You will have a new main navigation entry point, which is called extensions. And there you will find the store, you will find the plugin manager, which is called My Extensions. And you will have to, you will get the possibility to handle the support for those plugins. So as you see here, this is the store menu point, and it's split into apps and themes. And yeah, it will basically have the same possibilities as our previous store at store.shopware.com, with filtering, categorizing, sorting, and of course, votings and so on. So this is how the store would look like. And this is what you will find under My Extensions. There you can see all your purchases, every app you are using, and also every theme you're using. And you can directly open the app or the theme out of this plugin manager. And also, if it will be possible to upload your own extension, like your own private apps. And of course, if it's in the on-premise product, upload your own plugins there. So you will have everything in one place. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a little sneak peek into what's coming next. And I hope you enjoyed this GPU, and see you next time in 1 month. Bye-bye.